After Paul Ricard, Zandvoort and Spa, TCR Europe visited another iconic venue, the Hungaroring, for rounds 7 and 8. Starting for the first time from pole, championship leader Mikel Azcona followed a perfect strategy in Q2 on a drying track. Third on the grid, Josh Files in the Honda Civic had a better start than his teammate Attila Tashi and managed to just about overtake Mikel Azcona until a slight contact suggested the Brit should perhaps take a more careful approach to turn 1. Further back, Slovak driver Martin Rieber in a Volkswagen Golf spun after being squeezed into a sandwich between Pirot and Davidovski. In front, Files managed to overtake Azcona for the lead going into turn 2. Three laps into the race and Mikel Azcona challenged Files for the lead in the last corner, but this contact with the Brit cost him several places. That was the perfect opportunity for Dusan Borkovic, who was running fourth at the time. While Files lost some speed on the straight, the Serbian overtook first Attila Tashi for second and then braked very aggressively into turn 1, arriving side by side with Files. By turn 2, the Serbian was the new leader of the race. But the misadventures for Files weren't over yet, and on lap 4 he had to retire because of a puncture, a third consecutive DNF for the English driver. 7 laps into the race, and this happened between Brichet and Tashi. The young Hungarian driver finished his race in the gravel, and the safety car was deployed while the Honda was recovered. On lap 11, while the leaders were comfortably controlling the situation, Bar, Azcona and Comini arrived side by side into turn 1, battling for P4. There was contact between the three, with Bar suffering more than the others, but at least all were able to continue. This was the third win of the season for Dusan Borkovic, while second was the best ever result for Stian Paulsen. Danny Nage was third in front of Azcona, Ricard and Müller. For Team Target and Dusan Borkovic, it was time for celebration. Starting from pole position in race 2, the 8th round of the championship, Francisco Mora achieved a good start and took the inside line, the most favourable into turn 1. But a little kiss with Julien Brichet running second allowed his compatriot Francisco Abreu's Peugeot to get closer. And into turn 2, after a gentle bumper-to-bumper touch, Abreu took the lead from Mora. Three laps into the race and Borkovic was challenging Files for P5 very hard, probably too hard, and this contact between the two brought the Serbians' race to an early end. A second DNF of the season and a 3-position grid penalty for the next race. 4 laps in, and with this clean manoeuvre on the inside line into turn 1, the Hungarian Danny Nage snatches third from Julien Brichet. One lap later, Attila Tashi also overtakes Julien Brichet, who then lost an additional position after Josh Files pushed him from behind. A move which was also penalised by the stewards with a 3-place grid penalty for the next race. On lap 6, this was how Francisco Mora retook the lead from Francisco Abreu. One lap later, Abreu went very wide in the twisty section of the track, opening the door to Danny Nage, who took third. Eight laps into the race, and Josh Files took fourth from his teammate Attila Tashi at turn 2. One lap later, and for Files it was time to challenge for third. Hard braking into turn 1. A little kiss at the exit of the corner. And then the overtake into turn 2. nothing Abreu could do. Even if he wasn't fighting for the top positions, the drive-through penalty Azcona had to serve because of track limits could play a crucial role in such a tight championship. 11 laps in and Attila Tashi managed to overtake Abreu for fourth, which would be the final position at the end of the race for the young Hungarian driver. Another disappointing weekend. So, the first win of the season for Francisco Mora, in front of Nage and Files, who was back on the podium after his win in race 2 at Zandvoort. For the Mira team, it was a 1-2, no better way to celebrate their home event. With Azcona and Borkovic still separated by 1 point, and both not scoring in the second race, the others have reduced the gaps. The battle for the title is still wide open.